Hi there. Today I'll be introducing you to LatentGraph. Current coding agents are quite smart, but they're essentially being bottlenecked by the amount of information they're able to extract from code bases. Large code bases often have complicated dependency structures which are super hard to navigate, and they oftentimes have very sneaky implicit dependencies which are very difficult to surface. LatentGraph is the one-stop solution to all these problems. The steps to start using LatentGraph are quite easy. Let me show you. You just come to our website, sign up, and then on your machine you run npm install -g at latent4/latentgraph so that you can use lgraph commands to use LatentGraph on your machine. Now let me show you how you can sign up and start using our product. Click on login, click on sign up, just enter your details here and then click create account. After that, signing up is quite easy, signing in is quite easy. You just enter your email address and your password, and then you'll have access to our web dashboard. Now let me walk you through the features of our web dashboard first. On projects, you can see that you can manage all your projects. For example, say you want to create a publicly shareable link for anyone to access your LatentGraph projects. You can do that by clicking on here, click public link active, and you can set a link expiry date and choose which features you want to make available for the public to see. For example, I want them to be able to use the LatentGraph and the MCP playground, but not the code analysis. Well, I can do that here. After that, you'll get a publicly accessible URL which anyone can use to view your product. Here is an example of a publicly accessible URL that someone shared of their project. You can view the code analysis, you can use the MCP playground, and you can also view and play around with the LatentGraph. After that, you can also manage the contributors and remove them from edit project. And you can also delete your project entirely, though I don't recommend that. After that, teams and branches will help you keep track of who's working on what. In the code analysis tab, you'll be able to view the stats of your code base, and you'll also be able to see more granular stats for your subfolders by clicking on them. You can see details like total lines, tokens, number of files, lines of code by language, file size distribution, tokens by language, tokens distribution, and so on. You can even view the stats for your individual files here. The MCP Playground tab allows you to use all the LatentGraph MCP API features directly through the web UI. For example, get project overview. The control panel tab will allow you to view any changes made to your LatentGraph. You can choose to either approve or deny any changes made by any contributors, and you can even view the history of any changes made. The credits tab will allow you to purchase additional credits to work with LatentGraph. Now, initially when you sign up, you are given some tokens, which should be enough to index around 150,000 lines of code base, but you can always choose to buy more credits just by clicking here and then doing the necessary payments. And you can even choose to request credits, and depending on how convincing you are, our admin team might choose to approve and provide you these credits. Next, you have the account settings tab, where you will be able to edit your account details, view your API key, and you will also be able to take a virtual tour of the web UI. And finally, in the support tab, you'll be able to give feedback, report bugs, and raise support tickets. Now, let me show you how the LatentGraph actually looks like. As you can see here, this is a 3D visualization of your entire project. On the left, you can choose to go and see the 3D visualization of single modules and so on. And you can even choose the type of view you want to have. Like, do you want to see the modules or do you want to see the files? You can choose to expand or collapse these views as per your needs. And on the right, you can see documentation related to modules and files. This has summaries, mermaid diagrams for data flows, key behaviors, capabilities, component summaries, and so on. In our LatentGraph visualization, we are able to map both implicit and explicit dependencies, as you can see here. You can also choose to edit this documentation as per your needs. We have role-based access control, which you can configure through the Projects tab. You can also choose to edit these implicit dependencies as per your project's needs. We also provide PR insights, which help you understand the what, where, and why of each PR in more depth. You can see here on your own device. Initially, you can do lgraph-version, minus version, to see the current version of LatentGraph you're on. After that, lgraph start will start LatentGraph in your own project repository. You just will require an API key, which you can fetch from the web UI. After that, you can choose to select an existing project or create a new one. I'm going to choose to create a new one in the terminal. Let's name it Fast API. There you have it. We've created a LatentGraph project. Now you can always check the status of your project using lgraph status. Here we can see that the scan hasn't started yet, and it's not been indexed yet. So let's start that. lgraph init will start indexing your repository and creating a latent graph. After your repository has been indexed using lgraph init, you can then make use of LatentGraph with all your favorite coding agents. For this one, I'm going to try using Claude Code. It's quite simple to use LatentGraph with your coding agents. For this purpose, all I need to do is add Claude Code. And that's it. Then Claude will be able to use all the functionalities of the lgraph MCP. As you can see, lgraph is visible here. Let's ask it a question. What is this object about? You can try all this for yourself today to show you why LatentGraph supercharges your coding experience.